Hello, friends of Sudoku. Welcome to an evil puzzle from sudoku.com. Please bear in mind that I'm not classifying this an evil puzzle. Sudoku.com classifies this an evil puzzle. Whatever you want to make of it, it's really up to you. I find that these classifications are basically bogus, without merit, without value, and have no place in the real world.
No place in this world.
But that's just my humble, or maybe not so humble, opinion.
Humbled.
So that out of the way, let's have a look at what we can do with this puzzle here. To begin with, there is an 8 blocking up and another 8 blocking across. So here's an 8. And that gives us a 2 for this block here because we have a 2 blocking up and 1 blocking down. A 9 blocks over and another 9 blocks over, here comes a 9. We have a 1 and a 2, and we have a 1 and a 2 here as well. So we have 1s and 2s for columns 8 and 9. We need 1s and 2s for column 7 as well. And they can't, of course, go here, 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 nor in any of these 3 squares. They can only go in these 2 squares. And since this 1 blocks over, the 2 must go here and the 1 must go here. Now we have a couple of 8s blocking across, and that forces an 8 to go here. There's a 3 blocking down here and a 3 blocking over, so a 3 must go here. We now have a 7 and a 7 here, and that means that a 7 must go in one of these 2 squares. This 1 and this 1 also means that a 1 must go in these 2 squares. So we have a 1-7 pair up here. And that means that these 2 must be a 5-6 pair. We have a 6 blocking here, so this is a 5 and this is a 6, and therefore this must be a 5. That in turn means that a 5 blocking over here and 1 blocking up here, and these 2 being a 1 and a 7, forces a 5 to go here and therefore here. A 4, 6, and a 7 for these squares here. There's a 6 and a 4 in the column, so a 7 goes here, therefore this must be a 1. Here now we have a 4 and a 6, and since the 6 blocks up here, the 4 must go here and the 6 must go here. A 4 and a 5 here, the 5 blocks down, so the 4 is forced here and the 5 is forced here. The 5 blocks down, another 5 blocks down, this 5 blocks over, so a 5 goes here. And 8 blocks up, so here comes an 8. These 2 squares now must be a 4 and a 6. We have a 6 blocking over, so a 6 goes here and the 4 here. A 4 blocks down and another 4 blocks down, so here's a 4. We have a 4 and a 7 here, and we have a 4 and a 7 here, and they take care of rows 7 and 8. We need a 4 and a 7 for row 9, and the only 2 places they can go are here. And that leaves a 1, 3, 6, and a 9 to complete row 9. This 6 blocks here, and this 6 blocks here. So here is a 6, and that makes this square a 3. So now we are looking at a 1, 3, and a 9. Of course, one of these must be a 3 now, because this square cannot be a 3 because of the 3 here. So 3 blocks over, 3 blocks over, 3 blocks down. So here's a 3, which blocks up along with this one. So another 3 is here. One of these must be a 3 now. What else did we have down here? We had a 9 and a 1. We can't do anything about those just yet. These 2 squares must be an 8 and a 9. Also not quite clear yet. But we may have a 6. Yes, a 6 blocks down here. And therefore, one of these must be a 6, which would block down here as well. We have a 6 blocking over, so here's a 6. 4 7, 8 now here. There's an 8 blocking here, and there's an 8 blocking here. So here's an 8. And 4 and a 7 here now. We know that this is a 4 and a 7, and now this is also a 4 or a 7, and that means that a 9 will have to go in one of these squares here. And therefore, in one of these two squares. That means that this square cannot be a 9, therefore it must be an 8, and the 9 must go over here. And that makes this square, of course, a 9, and this must be the 1. So 4 and a 7 here, 1 and a 3 over here. 2 and 8 here, 8 blocks down. So a 2 goes 4 blocks over here. So this is, of course, a 4, making these two squares a 7 and a 9. This 9 blocks up, so a 7 goes here and a 9 here. And this now must be a 4, and this must be a 7. And that makes this a 4, and these now must be a 6 and a 7 pair. And these two must be a 2 and a 3. We've got a 2 blocking up, so 3 goes here, 2 here. Blocks down, blocks over, 2 goes here. A 1, 7, 9 here. Let's see, 7. 9 blocks up and up, so here is a 9. 7 blocks up, so here's a 1 and here's a 7. And therefore this must be a 7, and this must be a 7, and this must be a 6. Now this is a 6. This last digit must be a 3, making this a 3 and this a 1 and this a 1. That was an evil puzzle from sudoku.com. Thank you for stopping by. Bye for now.